All right, so we're going to start with a 6-minute warm-up. We want to gradually increase the intensity either before the warm-up or right after. I suggest you move all the joints in your body. So, roll your head a little bit, move your arms, move your hands, do a little standing on your toes, and you're good to go with the next exercise.
Awesome.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Now we're going to do upright rowing. And the way that this relates to skiing is we're going to work some of the muscles that help you hold your poles up in the correct position. So it looks like this. We're doing one side at a time so that we work some of our stabilizer muscles, and we're on the foam pad so that we can remember to feel our feet. There's just a little bit of a balance challenge here while you're doing this. If you want to, you can have a little fun by going back on your feet or forward on your feet, or you can do some edging back and forth while you're doing this. So if we're doing some foot motion while we're doing this, we're working on our coordination of our upper body and our lower body at the same time.
I love this program, Steve. I really do. I just love how, we're finding all these really just clever movements that simulate skiing. So I love everything about this program, and I'm enjoying doing all these movements. I'm having a lot of fun.
Absolutely, that's the idea. Have fun and get ready.
There we go.
Okay, now we're going to do a one-arm press overhead while we're standing on a foam pad. So it looks like this. Now we're just doing one arm at a time. So we're working our stabilizer muscles at the same time we're working our shoulder. That's because when we're skiing, we're also using our stabilizer muscles. Now we're working our shoulder because that's going to help us keep our hands in a good ski position while we're skiing. That's great for balance. Also looks good. If you have your hands down here, it doesn't help you with balance. Also doesn't look good.
When you look good, you feel good.
Absolutely. All right, so now we're going to do split squats with our rear foot elevated. So the way we do it is like this. We put our rear foot up on here, get comfortable in the length, and then we're going to go down to about a 45-degree angle here. That's as far as you go down when you're skiing unless you're on the World Cup tour. So down to 45 degrees is good. Now we're working our strength and our balance and our endurance all at once on these quads so they don't burn when you're on the slopes. They're going to burn some now. This is the most important of exercise of all, and we're going to do 4 sets. So one set is reps on one leg, and then we'll switch and we'll do reps on the other leg.
So we're really getting into the strength building part of the program now.
That's right. This is the most important exercise we're going to do today. That's why we're going to do 4 sets of it.
And one more quick question. What size object would you recommend for people to do this on?
Good point. So this is about 18 inches tall. So a small stool, a box like this that's sturdy, an ottoman would work. A couch is a little too high. This is much more like what you feel when you ski. So 18 inches is a good height.
One of my favorite things about this program is how everything is so specific to skiing, so I love that.
Absolutely. It's tailored totally to skiing. And by the way, it also works your whole body. So you can do this all year round if you want, and then you're super ready for skiing.
Can't wait to try it. Can't wait to hit the slopes.
Yeah. We're going to do calf raises while we're standing on a foam pad. So we have a little bit more of a balance challenge than we had in the last exercise. Now the band is going under the ball of my feet. So just behind my toes where you have the pads is where the band needs to go. And we have some tension on the band before we start, and then we raise up and go down. And with the foam pad, this is a little harder than it looks. But we're working on our balance. We're also working on our calf strength. You may have noticed some days after skiing that your calves are sore. So we're trying to keep those calves in condition by doing some exercise for them and by working on balance at the same time.
So the less sore we are after skiing, the more fun we have, right?
That's right. And then you're ready to go the next day. All right, so now we're going to do a side plank. The reason we do this is when we ski, we've got to have good stabilizer muscles here. For our balance, and when we're in a turn, we need to be able to contract muscles over here and relax muscles over here. So we need to work on our stabilizer plank muscles on the sides. So we can do it resting on our elbow or resting on our hand. I'm going to do it on my hand because that works your shoulder a little bit more. Either way is fine. Here's the way it looks.
Beautiful. And how long are you holding for?
We'll start with 30 seconds.
Beautiful.
All right, there we go. Now we're going to do a little more advanced version of a plank. We're going to do it with our elbows on a football. This makes the plank more challenging for your core. It also puts a little bit of twist motion that you have to resist from the football, which is like in skiing when you're resisting or you're pulling your upper body and your lower body in different directions.
You're liking making things more challenging for us, huh?
Yeah, as we go through the different phases, it's going to get a little bit harder every time. Here's the way it looks.
Just holding the plank.
Just holding the plank for, we're going to start with 30 seconds and then make it longer as we do it again.
If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you, they say.
That's right. So now we're going to simulate edging with our feet. So the way that looks is we're going to line up our feet parallel, and then we're going to move our ankles back and forth as if we're making turns going down the slope. We're going to have our hands out in a good ski position. Now you can move just your ankles back and forth or just your hips. Either way, we're changing our edge angles, or we can move both at the same time like this.
It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
Well, it's a lot in the hips. It's a lot in the hips, but it starts from the feet, actually. So you want to feel your balance in your feet, and that's why we have the foam pad here, to give it a little bit of a balance challenge and to help you focus on your feet all the way up to your hips.
I love that. So we're really starting from the ground up and building up.
That's right. It's through the ground that you sense what's going on with your skis and the snow. So you want to feel your feet always.
I love it. Let's feel those happy feet.
Yeah. Now we're going to work on our balance, and we're going to do it on one leg, and we're going to practice moving our balance backwards and forwards. So we'll start, just to warm up a little bit, with both feet parallel on the foam pad, and move our weight forward and back a couple of times. And now we're going to go up on one foot, and now we go forward and back. When we're skiing, we're always controlling where our balance point is, forward and aft, as well as side to side. So right now we're focusing on forward and back.
Another great movement.
You'll like it on the hill.